do an Undertaker impression or something right now. Wait.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
If you just joined us, I'm Jeff Lassiter. Lacerator. Jeff Lacerator.
And I'm Ronnie Rickroy Dobbs, the third.
And you're here watching us live at the 16th annual Pumpkin Sling-Off.
Slinging pumpkins and...
It's the 16th annual this year alone.
Yeah.
All right. Start the fucking show. All right, so Ronnie Rickroy Dobbs the third.
Woo-wee!
It has to have a hooey after
Yeah.
it. You put that
Like
many
on his birth certificate, it says Ronnie Rickroy Dobbs. Woo-wee! Like the nurse couldn't even put it down without writing it out.
Okay, when you live in the South, you're going to realize that the letter R is the most important sound
Yeah.
in the entire alphabet. You will add R's into everything, whereas when you go to New England or like Boston or something, they remove all their R's, right?
Yeah. And
Because
T's.
they don't need them, yeah.
Yeah, and T's.
Yeah, they just don't need them.
Hey, Sieg. How's it
Pak,
going?
your Ka, CA, you know?
Yeah, back the car in the Harvard Yard.
Yeah, no R's.
But also, we live in the mountains. No T. Don't worry about it. No time. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, give me a sentence, we'll add a bunch of R's in there and make it sound Southern. I don't know.
Does it have to have R's to start?
No, it doesn't matter if it does or doesn't. We'll just try it. We'll see if I can see how many R's
okay.
I can fit into a sentence if I'm speaking Appalachian.
I like that
English.
dog. It's great.
You like that dog? It's great. All right, okay.
Yeah.
I like that dog. It's great. Can I say it? Can I rephrase it into the way they would say it?
Yeah, go for it.
That there dog, that's a pretty darn good dog. See all them R's in there?
Derm.
That there dog, that's a pretty darn good dog.
Listen here, Dern Derg.
I like that there dog.
Derm. We don't actually have articles for you guys. We're just going to sit here making R sounds for an hour.
We have a cyber demon, fellas.
Yeah.
From Doom 2. Ka-two, 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 ka-two. He's walking a little fast.
Yeah.
This 3D printer ended up being way
Have a good
too
one,
much
Sieg.
freaking fun.
Yeah, so we got a FlashForge 3D printer from FlashForge. It's the Adventurer 3.
Sit on my face.
Yeah.
There we go. Have you ever wanted to say Cyber Demon sit on my face? Now you can.
Yep.
Will it stay?
So anyways, we started using it the other day, and it's now turned into... It's now turned into at least my obsession, if not... so
I just like the products. I don't like any of the work that goes into it. Like
Yeah.
all the extra cutting and stuff like that you have to do in the stand, whatever they called the support stand.
the support
thing.
stats. Yeah. So I've been learning how to like load them all up and mess around with them in programs and things like that, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been printing all kinds of D&D things because what else would I print with a 3D printer aside from Cyber Demons?
Zeke can't stick around because reasons. You tell your girlfriend that this can wait.
Yeah. Tell her we have important things to talk about that are important,
Right.
like science.
We got lots of science to talk about. Let's get into some science.
Science.
Talk about some ghost particles for a minute.
Loaded dice. That's a good.
I read
one.
this article, and you guys can read this article. It's on CNN, so they probably don't even have a grasp of what they're talking about. But neutrinos, right? Neutrinos are
Ghost particles.
tiny. Mm-hmm. They can be up to 10 million times lighter than the mass of an electron. So neutrinos, and they're everywhere, and they're being shot all over the universe. They're every second there's billions of neutrinos that pass through your thumb. They go through everything, right? And
They must be stopped.
it's got to be stopped. That's what that is how the reptilians communicate, and they know everything about us already because their neutrinos are going through us. But
They're neutrinomancers.
I kind of want to see, like, I want a documentary on these neutrinos after they figure out more about them, of course. But now they're able to monitor and say, like, oh, this neutrino here that we just discovered came from 3.7 billion light years away, right? And they know where it came from and all this stuff. Even after reading the article, I'm like, how in the hell do they figure all this stuff out? So if anybody knows of a good, like,
Hang on, I think I'm
what's happened?
broadcasting sound over here.
How dare you? If anybody knows, 3D printer's done?
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see another treat here. If anybody knows, like, of a good documentary about ghost particles, I'd like to watch it. But yeah, cut through your enemies like neutrinos through a goose. The neutrino cannon. 7 easy payments of $7.66 and 66 neutrino cents. Those are tiny pennies. All right, what do we have here? Show and tell, and we'll get back into the...
I keep on thinking about
I'm going to talk about black holes.
From Ninja Turtles. They were space teens from the future that rode around in flying cars.
Neutrinos?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what we have.
So, it's got the supports and stuff still, and our webcam probably doesn't work, but let's try.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Unplug this webcam.
Yeah, I give up on it.
We'll get all the,
But this is a bulette, a land shark, if you will. It looks kind of just like a lump of nothing, but whatever. But it's a bulette coming out of the ground. Large size, awesome creature. One of my favorite D&D creatures. God, I love printed stuff.
We need to get some filament of a different color. This red is a bit aggressive.
There we go.
Oh, the thing wasn't there?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we just got sponsored.
Yeah, just like that. We were sponsored all of a sudden. Hey, Showteen.
Lenovo Legion.
Neutrino juice? Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Delicious. Every glass of juice that you drink is filled with trillions of neutrinos. Did you know that? And they're passing through it at rapid rates. You know that we can be sustained if we sit in the woods and hum on nothing but neutrino juice that passes through our bodies.
This is like those Tibetan wind sippers or whatever. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah, there's
secretly eating neutrinos.
There's like some girl on Instagram who's telling everyone that she's been living on air for like the last year or something. No.
She is lying.
Yes. She is full of a different type of air.
Yeah. Hot air.
Oh!
All right.
Okay, more stuff I don't understand, but this is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So this is made by the Sierra Nevada Corporation. You see this here? That's actually a spaceship.
Yep.
That is a spaceship right there.
Spaceship.
So the idea is that when you go into space, it requires an enormous amount of energy and resources and whatnot to get everything up into orbit. Once it's in orbit, it's not that big of a deal. So what they've done is they've decided to make a very nice inflatable habitat. Yeah, bring that up there.
Yeah. 3 stories.
3 stories, and once it gets up into outer space, it will inflate, and then you can, like, all the stuff you have stored away, like shelves and all your IKEA stuff. You can set up a nice little living space to make it way more tolerable for when you're doing long trips to, like,
Mars. Yeah.
Or maybe Europa. Mars first.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to, like,
a little workout gym.
Check that out.
Kitchen.
Coffees and all that stuff.
Yep.
It's not bad.
No.
I mean, I don't think I would want to live on it for that long.
I mean, like it's a pretty big claim that and not go crazy. Like, you could live on 3 stories of somewhere for 5 years and still go crazy.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go crazy. I would get space madness and eat soap and everything else.
Yeah.
I would go full
Bob Jambon.
I would go full Ren. What's Ren's last name? From Ren and Stimpy.
Hoek.
Yeah, I would go full Ren Hoek. I believe. Anybody
Hey,
know?
Tasty, you're the sword slinger. Congratulations.
She's lurking.
She's lurking. Oh, you're just outed that you were lurking. Now you're the sword slinger.
I like the sword slinger. It outs everybody.
Yeah. It's like this guy. Oh.
Hey, quantum teleportation breakthrough. This is pretty big news. So before, we've been able to quantumly teleport simple particles. What are they? Quantum bits, right? Now they can do. They were doing qubits, but now they can do tribits, or what are they called? What are the 3 things called? Where is it? Tribits.
Trebits.
Where is it? Anyway, before you could do like a 1 and a 0. Now you can do a 0, 1, or 2. So that's a huge amount of...
A Q-trit.
That's a huge...
Can be 0, 1, or 2. Yeah, or qubit, Q-trit. Thankfully, they don't sound similar at all, so it wouldn't be hard to confuse them.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a pretty big deal because before... Okay, quantum teleportation. Now, the way this works is you have a particle on one side and a particle on the other, and they're entangled. They're essentially the same particle in 2 different spaces, and the beauty of that is they can be anywhere. Right now, we can only do it with line of sight, but you could essentially have these 2 particles be anywhere, and the information, there's no latency because it's the same on both ends at all times. So as soon as you change the information over here, it changes over here. It doesn't have to transfer anywhere. It doesn't have to go over the internet. It's essentially the Ansible if you read any of the Ender's Game type books or whatever.
Sure.
It's the Ansible, right?
Yeah.
Except without the being able to teleport yourself. But for information,
We'll get there.
it's the quantum internet. Yeah. And it's a pretty big breakthrough. The next breakthrough that they need to come up with is figuring out how to do this without having line of sight.
Yep.
Then we'll be getting somewhere.
Someday we'll be into teleporters and replicators. We're getting there.
Maybe.
Or we'll all die first.
See, I don't know
We're
about the whole
probably gonna die
teleportation thing because it's not a traditional teleporter. You don't move something from one place to the other. It's just the same.
first. Yeah, it's just
like,
having them exist at the same time and being aware of it
right.
more.
That'd be like having two Captain Picards, one on the Klingon Bird of Prey and one on the Enterprise NC-11.
I mean,
whatever, or
can they
17.
really prove in Star Trek that they didn't completely delete one copy and just rebuild another copy on the other end without killing the original?
A lot of people died, you know?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Scotty got held in stasis for like 80 years or something. Then they found him in that episode Relics. Yeah.
And he's like, oh, my back.
Yeah.
It was assembled and it's still cramped.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that's cool. Just a quick mention. Thank you, Nepal, for cleaning up. Look at Everest, man.
Gross.
This is what happens when you have, like, when you allow rich swine to climb a mountain where they shouldn't be climbing. If anyone...
Can't take this back down with us. It's so much extra weight. Let's just fucking leave it up here and ruin it.
You kind of have to. Because in order to get to the top of Everest, you need, like, a ton of stuff, right? The average person spends, like, a month or so trying to get up to the top of Everest. It's just like... And meanwhile, you got the Sherpas, which are the people in Nepal, doing all the work. They carry hundreds of pounds a day while you're sleeping in your tent at nighttime. They start carrying...
Thanks for your subscription,
Matthew.
Matt. Yeah.
Thank you very much. These poor guys start... Well, not poor guys. They get paid, but... And they know what they're doing. But they start schlepping oxygen tanks, water bottles, food...
Donkeys.
Grills and gas. Yeah, well, donkeys on their back.
Yep.
Yeah, the donkeys don't carry anything. They carry the donkeys because they're that badass.
Yeah.
And they just do this all night long. And they do it over and over again, up and down the mountain. So while you're like sitting there being like, God, I've done so much work. I can't wait to get back
I've just been walking all day and it's cold.
Yeah, I can't wait to get back to my office in California and talk about how I climbed Everest riding on the back of a Sherpa.
Yeah. Like, these people are like, wow, it was such a life experience. You know, I can't believe I made it all the way to the top. Meanwhile, the Sherpa's like, I've done this like 60 times. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. You're essentially paying 25 to 50 grand
Thanks
for me
for
to
following,
carry
Bob.
you to the top so you can brag to your friends when you
Yep.
get back to wherever the hell you're going. But anyway, on the way up there, it just becomes this. You know, are there any more pictures of that? Yeah, the trash on Everest is like a crime against nature. So anyway, they've banned single-use plastics, which is cool. I wonder what's going to be the garbage now on the mountain. Bodies.
Rich people.
Oh God, it'd be really funny if like one year like the Sherpas got fed up.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten fed up, and there was like a fight where they were throwing rocks at each other and stuff a couple years ago because everything was just it's too crowded. You know, there's too many like privileged people there, having people that shouldn't be on the mountain. They're not mountaineers and they're not conditioned for this stuff. They shouldn't be there. But they had a big fight. I think it'd be funny if the Sherpas got like a rich group to the top. You know, like really close to the top, and then just disappeared and said, "See you at the bottom," and like figure
All
it
right,
out.
figure it out from here.
Figure it out. You guys want to make it to the top? You do it. Figure it out, guys.
Hope you paid attention on the way up.
They'll be living there for the rest of their lives, which wouldn't be that long.
Yeah.
And it would be as it should be. Speaking of that, this is kind of creepy, and I want to open up a little dialogue here. Let's have a little dialogue.
This just made me think about the Dethklok in Futurama.
All right, so some scientists have been able to monitor 14 metabolic substances in your blood, and they are able to predict with a pretty decent level of accuracy, being French scientists and doctors, Finnish scientists and doctors, been able to predict with pretty good accuracy when you're going to die. Would you want to know? Would you want to know if I could come to you and tell you the year that you're going to die? Would you want to know? Would you want to know?
I don't know. Probably not. I'm already filled with enough existential dread about death happening.
Would it make you more motivated though if someone's like, "All right, dude, you're going to die in 20 whatever"? Would it make you like be like, "Okay, shit, I've got this much time."
I would spend it all dreading it.
Just sit there and be like, "Fuck."
Like sleeping would be like what a waste of time sleeping is, you know. Like I would get
All right, what we got here in the chat? We've got
We got YouTube says no. Perverted Angel
Maybe.
Mark says maybe. Showteen says totally. Yep, he would. Bob Jambon says hell fucking yeah, brother.
Okay, I need to know why. We've heard the the yeses and the nos, but okay, so why? How about how you will die? Okay, what if that's getting into some like
McCleaver says with transhumanism, sure, I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, if we got transhumanism, that's fine. I'll be like, okay,
Yeah.
so just tell me the date that you're going to transfer me into an android body or a robot
Yeah,
body or whatever.
that'd be fine.
Yeah, like, could you put my download me and install me on something else?
I want to know. I should save for a 401k or fuck it. A lot of people want to know.
End of life party. Have a big leg end of life party. Stacey wants to know. Okay, why? I need to know why everybody wants to know. Like what?
Death by machete in Portland. Yeah.
We can't tell you how you're gonna die because that's magic, and we don't have magic.
Yeah.
We don't have soothsayers.
That is necromancy at its finest.
Some fancy necromancy.
If I die from cancer, get the fucking gun. Yeah, like I mean, they have to take into account like random accidents, free will, and
of course, right.
you know, like random acts of God.
And if you have a motorcycle, they'd just be like next year sometime.
Yeah, probably.
That's easy.
Or you're a driver in Portland.
God.
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Why the hell wouldn't you want to know?
Are you?
What if it alters? Yeah, like Justin said, if it alters how you live, if it like produces some existential dread, and then that anxiety keeps you from doing some things you maybe would have done otherwise.
Because I mean, like, if I knew I was living on essentially borrowed time at that juncture,
right?
Because I would be really focused with like the countdown, and would probably end up killing myself sooner because of the stress that I would go through of being like, oh my God, I have a week less to live than I did before, which I know I have a week less to live than I did before anyways, because as soon as you're born, you start dying.
Right.
So like, you might as well have a good time according to the cake lyrics. But like,
what are they, Satanists or hedonists? Or
but
just
I don't know.
cake?
I kind of feel like the not knowing makes it a little bit more like, all right, well, I might as well keep going. Like if I know I'm gonna die in 2 years, then it's like, well, it's the fucking point. I don't know. It's just me.
I don't want to know because I don't care.
Existential dread's too much for me.
Like I don't care. I just want to know that I'm going to die, and that's motivation enough to do some stuff.
Yeah, I still want to be implanted into a robot body.
Yeah, robot body would be great.
100%, hundo%. I will live forever as a robot if given the option.
Okay, what kind of robot? Would you be a centaur?
Yeah.
Or would you be a minotaur? Or would you just be a dude? Or
Transformer.
Transformer? They just download you into a transformer. And you know you're going to have to download the sound effect. And every time you transform... Yep.
Yeah, like every time. I would just sit there transforming all day for like 40 years, just being like, awesome!
Where's that? What's that teenage show about cars? I'm bringing that up real quick.
Teenage show about cars?
Let's see. There's a show in the 80s about teenagers who could morph into cars. And it's the creepiest thing ever, but it was actually a cartoon.
I only remember... I seem to recall... that was only one teenager that could transform into car, not
Maybe it was
multiple.
only one. Let me see if I can find that GIF. It's heard it. There it is. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, this thing. Come on, view file.
Yeah, Turbo Teen.
Turbo Teen.
There was
yes.
only one that could transform into a car.
Is this gonna like not let me do it? Come on, Turbo Teen. Show me there it is. Come on, show me the animation, you son of a bitch.
You gotta like find a YouTube video on it.
Turbo Teen. This, guys, you're gonna love it. Just stick around for this ride.
Yeah. So Perverted Angel, yeah, like he would also transfer to a robot body. Super awesome. I would be like so fucking stoked that I was a robot all the time.
Come on, video. Why will it not show me the damn thing? All right, video. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Right here. Got it. We got it. All right.
Sure?
Yeah.
All right. For real?
Yes, this is it.
Okay.
Just hit play. This is it.
Do we want the sound?
No, a little bit maybe. I don't know. All right, here we go. Come on, do the transformation. This is so creepy.
He's got junk in his trunk.
Oh God. Turbo Teen. Why? Why?
And he's just like a fucking Mazda. Like he's not even.
I don't want to see no Family Guy deleted scene.
He's just like a goddamn Mazda.
Yeah, he's
like it's not even a great car.
See, I told you guys you want to stick around for that. Changed everyone's lives today.
Yep.
It did today. I'm feel like we've changed people's lives and it's good.
I feel like that all the time.
It's because we're the saviors.
People have started wars for less than this.
You all deserved it. Don't act like you didn't deserve to watch that.
The price you pay for coming to our show.
Speaking of the price you pay for coming to our show, there's new legislation possible in the EU.
Great segue. Good job. That was awesome.
But it's pretty cool. They're actually trying to look out for the citizenry over in the EU a little bit more because I guess the corporations haven't killed everyone and taken over yet. But there's some new privacy laws on the table saying that you'll be able to see how they're collecting your data, and you'll be able to opt out and all that sort of thing when it comes to facial recognition.
This sounds like all really important issues and stuff, but here's a video about very good sci-fi dogs. So...
glad they put that there.
Yeah.
They know what's really important, and they know how to get our clicks.
Yeah, so...
I don't want to do a countdown, though.
Okay, but as much as this facial recognition thing is turning us into a Big Brother society, guys, here's 30 very good sci-fi dogs.
YouTube's here asking the real questions.
Yeah.
Facial recognition. Does it work with Juggalos? And the question I have to ask is, do Juggalos actually have a face to recognize?
Yeah.
Is a clown face still a face?
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it probably sends them into a separate government subsidiary photo that says, like, down with the clown. But, you know.
Yep. People who do not know how magnets work.
Back in the day, I used to work at Hot Topic a million years ago. Yeah. And this was during, like, prime Juggalo era and stuff like that. So we had, like... hockey jerseys that were size 6X and stuff like that for Juggalos because they always have to wear things that were like 13 sizes too big for them.
And you come in with like a rail thin girl who's like a 0 and bite.
Yeah. And like, so these dudes, like, I remember this one guy used to come in dressed like every day, and he would dress all in colors according to whatever color Faygo he was drinking that day. There was a, like, and they would just sit there in there, and they would see other ones, and they would go, "What up, Juggalo?" And like they would like do special Juggalo high fives with each other and stuff like that. And every single fucking time they smelled absolutely awful. They smelled like part of becoming in the Insane Clown Posse is rolling around in an old unused barnyard floor for like 2 days. Like it was, and like literally we had dudes that were already wearing size like 5X coming in and being like, do you have this $400 jersey in an 8X? like check out my new Hatchet Man tattoo. I did it with a fucking poke pen in the prison the other day. Like, ugh. Anyway.
Juggalos are special creatures. They're endangered now.
Yeah.
And we must respect them. And I believe the Faygo is what produces that scent. It primes their pheromones so that they can smell each other.
Yeah.
And you're so insensitive about their Faygo pheromones. Faygo pheromones. Faygo pheromones.
Well, same smell in the New York City subway. Yes.
What? That's what they did?
Sounded like Buffalo Bill there a bit. I'll take it.
Which ones of us sounded like Buffalo Bill?
Yeah. It puts the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again.
Well then.
Yeah.
Google is lying, saying they're making Chrome more private, and they're gonna. But you see, they say that they're like gonna give you a little privacy sandbox and all this kind of stuff, and they're saying they're gonna make it more private. They have not given us any great.
Tasty. Okay, just look up Juggalo. Just Google Juggalo for yourself. It's gonna be easier.
Oh God.
Yeah. And I'm gonna apologize in advance as you Google this.
And sorry about the. It's not nudity, it's grudity, because it's gross nudity.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some grudity.
Some juggalettes. Yeah.
Or some juggalangers. Is that what they call their? Google. Back to Google. Not caring about your privacy. They're just saying, hey, we're going to do some privacy stuff and give you a little privacy sandbox, and we're going to let you see like how we're sharing your data and stuff. But they're not saying they're not going to take your data, share it, whatever. They're saying some shit because they're under fire right now. Chrome's going to do nothing. Switch to Firefox. Switch to the Brave browser. Switch to something else.
For Google's over here doing no evil.
Yeah. Fed to the teeth with their lack of evil.
Juggalos are insane clown posse fans who dress up weird and wear insane makeup. It's true.
That's one thing. But the whole Juggalo lifestyle.
Yeah, there's like gatherings of the Juggalo, as they call it, and like
you gotta like, you gotta respect their lack of fucks that they give.
yeah, and anyone that is one will be like, it's actually a really great community full of people that love and support each other and are united by like a common cause of racist guys that dress up like clowns.
And have 80 IQ. But I mean, they stick together. You gotta say like, you know what? You guys stick together. I don't see a lot of jealousy in there.
Look like the band Kiss. Oh.
I think Kiss that's one of the worst. That's one of the biggest insults I've ever heard for Kiss, even though Kiss is kind of a...
They make Guar look like Tesla.
Oh, God. Juggalos make Guar look like Tesla. Story at 11.
Thank you for that.
Juggalos? How do we get talking about Juggalos?
I don't know. This has gotten out of control. Speaking of out of control, Epic Pants has some out of control merchandise you can put on your body or put near your body if you want like a cup or something.
Look how I put that right here.
Yep.
Look how I scroll up. Look at that. Quick view. Internet. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Start talking about gigolos instead.
What the hell's a gigolo?
Like a male prostitute.
Oh, I thought it was a jiggling part of a juggalo's body.
No.
Can we have gigolos on Maury Povich tomorrow? See who the father is.
It's a gigolo is when they have such a big fat apron that it goes down to like their mid calf and then it jiggles low.
No.
Yep.
Shutting that down right now.
It was about facial recognition.
Anyway, guys, really, please go buy all this shit or else you're going to be unhappy. And you don't want to be unhappy. So go buy things.
We started the show late today because we were working on new designs for t-shirts.
Got 2 of them in the works this week that are awesome.
We had to find the right font, and that took time. But we did it.
Yep. For you guys, not for us making money.
That is called a gawk. Oh, thank you.
What?
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do this. And nope. But epicpants.com. Okay, bye. Little article here about Dungeons & Dragons storytelling, Justin, which takes us through.
Yeah, so
while I drink coffee.
This is
Henry's Coffee sponsor. I'm gonna go get the bag to show them.
Okay.
Because we're drinking it again.
So here's an article on Forbes that is kind of reads as like a, hey, my nephew plays this thing called Dungeons & Dragons. Do you think we can get that girl that has green hair to write an article about it? Like that's literally how it kind of came off as, and I don't know. This is kind of a ridiculous article. It's more just like, oh, here's some like lessons that I learned from D&D that could be transferred. Oh, thank God.
Shut up. Let's talk about coffee.
Coffee.
We're sponsored by this coffee.
Drink it.
Yes, good.
Yep. Or just eat it raw. Go.
What?
I said, or just eat it raw. Go.
Oh, fine. I'll eat some coffee raw.
All right, here we go.
I like it that much. Mmm. Oh God. God, it's really in there. Henry's coffee, so good you can't not eat it raw. How much did I pay us for this?
Nothing.
The fuck? That's like not bad.
And that's the story of how Justin got Logan to eat raw coffee.
That's pretty good, actually. That's got a good flavor.
Yeah. So, speaking of Dungeons and Dragons,
This is Dungeons and Dragon on a little bit.
A little bit. So, GamesRadar put up this really nice article actually a couple days ago that if you are still looking how to get into D&D and just really have no idea where to start, this is a pretty solid article that will...
When your pistol moved away. You kidding me? Son, when she sees these gams, she's going to be back in 5 minutes.
So, I give up. This show's over. No, just hit the smoke machine. We're done
what's
here.
going on?
Yeah.
Smoke machine?
No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Don't.
Do whatever I want.
Damn it.
I haven't had enough smoke machine this week.
Is D&D console only your PC too?
What?
But yeah, so this is a great article for actually, like, if you're looking to get into it, here's some things you can check out that will actually get you started for a relatively cheap price. You know, including how to find a group and stuff like that. It's a pretty solid little list of stuff, actually. It's a pretty well written out article. We're checking out. If you've been watching this show for so long and are still like, man, that thing that they talk about every single week, maybe it sounds interesting, but I haven't tried it yet. What's wrong with you? Go play.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
The myriad of things that are wrong with you.
On top of everything else, you're also not playing D&D.
All right, who else is not going to watch this? I'm not watching it. Nope.
Yeah.
Everyone's making a really big deal about this thing. Why am I talking like the Micro Machines guy all of a sudden? Everyone's making a pretty big deal about this Cyberpunk stream that's going to be happening very soon, or the 20th, 20-something. What is it? 20? When's it coming out? It'll say in the article, I'm sure. PAX.
Yeah.
Okay,
the
August
live
30th.
stream on August 30th. Yeah. I don't want to watch it because I want to be surprised.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing I'm doing with this, and also Vampire. Like Vampire, I watched a couple of the trailers with the sound off because I wanted to see the graphics and stuff.
Yeah. I've done a pretty solid job of only seeing the articles that are like, Cyberpunk won't have this, or Cyberpunk will have this. Yay! But none of the, like, I'm not reading story stuff. I'm not seeing gameplay because I just want to be pleasantly surprised when I start playing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's some people who need lots of information. You see that thing like a couple of weeks ago? Somebody asked, like, so many questions about the sex that's going to be in the game. And they're like, will I be able to control my character during sex? Will I be able to do multiple positions? And he's like, put this thing on there. And CD Projekt Red on Twitter just replied with, like, dude.
Yeah.
like just something like that. It was like, dude.
What if I want to grab her butt while we're doing it? Then what?
Was there a button specifically to grab butts? Like, dude.
The butt button.
I think you need a different kind of game that we're going to talk about right now. I did a segue.
Nice.
That was a good one. I think I've had too much coffee.
It's the worst part about Cyberpunk coming out is that we need to wait a few months before the good mods come out. Sure.
And this is also a tie-in with CD Projekt Red. I want a goddamn cake for that segue right there. So,
actually, Crafty Hack says, I mean, the old CP game like D&D that Cyberpunk 2077 is based on, they have like 100 modules, pretty well written and done. Yeah, we actually have a different Cyberpunk game that they're sending us the book for and stuff
brand
to
new,
check out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what it's called.
I forget off the top of my head. Let's keep it a surprise.
All right, so
Yeah, butt button.
Nutaku is a it's like the world's probably the biggest like hentai video game platform. It's kind of like, imagine if Steam was all hentai, which it's becoming.
Yeah.
And Epic Game Store said they're not going to do it, but so here the platform, Mark Antoon, no, not Anton.
Antoon.
Yeah. So he's the VP over there of the games and mobile applications, whatever. So he's saying that he hopes that Steam and Epic sell more of this stuff, even though it'll be competition, because he thinks it should be more normalized and more out there in the world. And brought up a pretty valid point about how, like, you know, violence and all that stuff is completely fine, but nudity and that stuff is not okay. And we live in this weird world where you can dismember people and you can do all these things, and that's just completely normal and fine and everything else. But the act of sex, which is the way that we're all here, we're not here by dismembering each other. We're here because somebody did a thing.
Because your parents
Now, there's the quote right there.
touched genitals.
Already in the movie industry. Look at Game of Thrones, for example. It had crazy nudity and incest stuff that we don't even allow, or probably won't even allow on, or except in our games. Yeah.
It's already out there. Violence is totally acceptable in gaming, so why not adult gaming?
I got to kind of agree with him on that. I feel like normalizing this kind of stuff is not going to make people deviants. It's going to probably release some of the deviancy. You see in places where they heavily censor this kind of stuff, you end up with weirder stuff, and you ended up with more deviancy, actually, because when you force people into a box, they have to figure out creative ways out of the box. It's just human nature. Anyway, I don't actually play any of those games, so I don't know.
Here's a Fortnite article that you put in here about Fortnite for Fortnite reasons.
I just want to watch this guy complain. Is this it? Is this it? No, there's a guy complaining, and I think they removed the video.
Aw.
God, but I really wanted to watch this guy, like his life was over because he was sick of Fortnite's new, he was really upset about this free game. Could it be this? No.
I don't think so. I think it's over.
Oh, well, not going to happen.
Yep.
Just, the guy's life was ruined by a free game, and it was funny. I wanted to watch it, and we'll talk about how games
So we got a Dead by Daylight is now doing a Stranger Things crossover. Pretty cool.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks really great. Got a nice Demogorgon shot here, and Steve Harrington will show up.
Oh, will he?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to be interesting to play. Mm-hmm. I didn't play a lot of Dead by Daylight,
Yeah,
but
see.
they've done all these tie-ins.
That looks like, I think that's Steve Harrington and Nancy right there.
Didn't they do the Ash versus Dead thing too?
New Survivor, Steve Harrington, New Survivor, Nancy Wheeler. Yep. Oh. Yeah, they did an Ash thing on it too.
That's a smart way to make your game completely relevant over and over again.
Yep.
So, all right, what's this, Biomutant?
Yeah.
All right.
They just did a nice preview of this stuff, and I really, I'm pretty excited about this game actually, and it was because the way that their character design is going in it is like very like super D&D stats with like charisma, agility 30 and stuff, but like how you build your
Strength
character
56.
Yeah, like
that little wombat looking thing does not have strength 56.
Yeah. So like depending on your head size
Right.
will change like how much your intellect is and stuff, but it will also make you like less agile and things like that. So like the actual structure of your character is going to help towards your stats and stuff in this game. I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's going to be a really fun game.
I'm going to take a look at the combat right here in the middle. The
Yeah.
combat actually it reminds me of a couple different things. So first off, it came to mind was like a game like Bayonetta or something where you
Sure.
just like jump around and smash things. But also some of the maneuvers that he's doing in the combat, if I go back a little bit before this, remind me a lot of like the Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War, whatever those games.
When you do the like slow down thing, yeah.
Or just like some of the jumps and rolls and stuff like when he's the combat reminded me a little bit of that. It looks very fluid combat like that. The little roll over their heads he's doing right
Yep.
there. That's straight out.
He's on the guy's back hitting him a
straight
bunch.
out of
That's
Shadow
super
of
cool.
Mordor. But,
Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty excited about this game.
I might play it. Maybe
I
I'll
think-
see what you what you say when
Yeah.
it comes out, but I don't know.
I have high hopes for it. Let's see what else we got here.
All right, this is the game that I'm actually most looking forward to right now. The Seattle setting looks beautiful, and this is a trailer that came out that doesn't give away like really anything about the story, so I like that. But it shows us a bit more of what the game's going to look like. So, Seattle looks beautiful.
Mike Hickey says he's here now, and he had Clown Shoes beer like you said a couple weeks ago.
And
What'd you think?
which ones did you have? Did you have
Yeah.
the Balecorn Unidragon? What did you have? Do you have the Space Cake? What was it? Tell us. Anyway, Seattle looks beautiful. God, look at the pier. Watching this is making me want to go up and hang out in Seattle for a little bit. Timmy, what are you doing? Barnacles? Hang out?
Anyone?
Go down to the goth club and pretend we're vampires? What do you say? Huh? They're not watching. They have jobs.
Nerds.
Big time Microsoft jobs and stuff. Well, not Barnacles anymore. He got fired for being angry all the time.
So we got Hades on early access on Steam. Not available yet, but
This is a pretty game. So it's the next game from Supergiant, which made...
Space Cake Double IPA.
Oh, Space Cake's delicious. It's a very good double IPA. We can actually get that out here now, so
Nice.
it's become one of their staples.
I'm pretty excited about this. I really like stuff that Supergiant puts out. They make
put out
really
games.
solid stuff.
They did
yeah.
Transistor, and before that they did Bastion, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they did that what was that other one? The one that's kind of like a basketball game almost.
I haven't played that one.
Yeah.
This one, it looks like a better combat version of Transistor.
Yeah.
But it looks like they use the same engine in that sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks very Bastion-y too with their like
Movements and
Yeah.
dashing. And they make solid
Yeah, they
games.
had one that was like a sport game or soming like that. I
don't-
forget what it was called.
All right, click on Supergiant. We're going to
Yeah.
do this. We're going down this rabbit hole.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different company, but
I didn't really care for Pyre.
Pyre. That's what I'm talking about.
This one?
Yeah, Pyre was like basically soccer or basketball or something. Like you had to get stuff into the other opponent's arena.
I didn't play this one much, but I wasn't too wild
I wasn't
about it.
into it, but yeah, Pyre. I'm talking about Pyre.
Oh,
Yeah, the end.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Is that all we
Anyways,
have to talk about? Should
I
we talk
believe-
about Juggalos a little more?
I
before
believe
it's over?
Hades is available already. You can play the pre-alpha version on Epic Game Store.
Yes, Epic Game Store.
For God's sake, when we get a Midnight Dojo IPA.
A Midnight Dojo IPA I can only make in Vermont. I'm sorry. Vermont makes the best IPAs. The water has the best pH balance, and they have the best yeast. The yeast is where it's at. Hops, I mean, you can get a gazillion different varieties of hops. Most of them are grown here in the Pacific Northwest or somewhere. Hop concentrate, I actually like better than fresh hops. It's got a stronger. I mean, a lot of people are gonna argue with me, but it's the yeast, the Vermont yeast. That's what makes all the difference. Gives it that velvety apricot-y back end. You got a velvety apricot-y back end,
girl.
Yeah, that's how I got slapped at the bar last night.
Will you trade Vermont IPAs for favors?
Well, it depends on what the favor is, you know. But are you in Vermont? Because I haven't had a beer in a while, so I got sick of the Portland beer and started drinking whiskey.
All right.
All right. Anyway, so it's PDX alerts time. This is very important.
Whew. PDX alerts. We're already here.
HR violation.
Yep.
I am the HR department here.
Police to the Church of Jesus of Christ of Latter-day Saints report of a subject inside yelling and refusing to leave. But then we go to police to the Nighthawk Lounge on North Interstate. Oh, I love that place.
Nighthawk Lounge?
Yeah. Report of a male inside screaming and throwing beer. So we got someone screaming inside a church. We got someone screaming inside the Nighthawk.
Screaming and throwing beer. Is
Yeah.
it beer in glasses, or is he grabbing beer out of, like, putting it in his hand and throwing it?
I don't know. Report of a male walking in the street shouting racial slurs and flashing people. Okay.
Okay, all this can be solved with a little ass whooping. If people in Portland would just beat each other up.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, the only thing they do is they beat each other up at these stupid political rallies. But if they just, like, punch these people.
Serial screamer.
Serial screamer.
Oh, that's weird that you just got the Twitch notification. Yeah, we've been doing the show for a little bit now. That's
Mike,
weird.
I'm sorry.
Here we go, guys. Fred Meyer and Northeast Weidler. Report of a male shoplifter wielded a machete sword-like thing while making his escape. Finally, machetes are back.
Oh, God.
And so worried.
That's so epic because he was making his escape and everything.
Yeah. Brandishing a machete.
I can
And
hear the music in my head right now. Like, stop that man.
Yeah.
No, he's got a machete sword thing.
Oh, here we go. At the Lloyd Center, report of a disturbance subject attacked mall security with a machete. Security taking suspect into custody now.
Yeah, machete sword type thing has to be a weapons viander. Okay, we got 2 machetes this week.
Wait, okay. Police to Southeast Washington, Southeast Grand. Report of 2 males fighting, one male armed with a bullwhip and whipping the other subject.
I think they need to mind their own business when people are having a kink fest.
Yeah.
Like, don't hate on their kinks. Come on, guys.
Police to North Fremont. Report of 2 to 3 people having sex in the back of a minivan. 2 or 3. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of things going on in this minivan.
Come on, go take a look, man. Come on, go take a look. And is it illegal to have sex in a minivan? Is that illegal?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, this town.
Male versus male shoving match with a large group of people gathered to watch.
Okay.
Report of a subject standing in the parking lot of 7-Eleven with his pants down and his ankles around his neck. His own neck. His hands around his own neck.
Read that one again.
Yeah.
So his pants around his ankles.
And his hands around his own neck.
All right, this town is kinkier than I thought.
Yeah.
But not
Police to Portland Firefighters Park report of a suspicious subject in the park. Male armed with a machete and swinging at trees.
Can't have that. This is ridiculous. Remind me.
Oh my God, this has gotten great this week.
Good God.
To MC River Patrol of the Columbia River report of a disturbance on a boat. Caller reporting a male on a 27-foot boat threatening other people with a tomahawk.
How the hell did they get time to go measure that boat?
Yeah.
They could have said like a medium size. No, the guy like looked at it. He's like, that boat right there, 27 feet exactly.
It's a 27-foot boat. I wouldn't feel threatened if it was a 25-footer, but that extra 2 feet makes me feel woof.
Oh, and he's got a tomahawk. That's, it's secondary. Yeah, this week is they're really going overboard this week.
Report of a group of juveniles on scooters swarming the parking lot and being a nuisance. Update, more callers reporting 30 to 70 skateboarders in the parking lot yelling at people. Wow.
At the dentist.
Yeah.
At the dentist. 70 skateboarders at the dentist.
What? Okay. Police to Gateway Fred Meyer report of a suspicious subject. Caller reporting a subject wearing a full hazmat suit and backpack just entered through the garden center doors.
What is going on? What is going on? Oh, God.
Okay, this... Report of a male armed with a box cutter chasing a female on foot. Suspect is described as a white male wearing bunny ears.
Fucking Portland.
What the fuck, Portland?
Oh, now we're getting into the whole, like, white thing.
Yeah.
The whole white supremacy thing. So, last week after our show, a bunch of Proud Boys, which are very tough, straight men from the right wing, Proud Boys showed up.
When you're a proud boy for life. Yeah.
And then Antifa, that's how you have to say it. So they came.
Antifa?
So here's what happened: a bunch of Proud Boys, they get really mad about all the liberals in Portland, right? So they're like, you know what? Those blue-haired fucking salad eaters who are like 80 pounds and wear bunny ears are pissing me off. So we're gonna go to Portland and show them how white and proud we are. And they show up, and then the Antifa shows up, and they throw hammers at each other, and they go, I hate you. And then they go, no, I hate you more. No, I hate you more. And they yelled and screamed around downtown. And almost every video that came out of this was like a bunch of people wearing like unicorn outfits and banana peel outfits and like purple hair running around while you got all these dudes who look like they belong on horseback, somehow not on horseback, running around just hating each other. It was a fucking mess. And that's what happened last week in Portland. Everyone thought it was going to be the end of the world, but it was really just...
Well, they just described Mike. Yeah.
Silly. So silly.
Police to the area of 82nd Flavel. Report of a suspicious subject, female with her pants down in a parking lot, covering herself with shaving cream or some sort of foam.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Portland police to TJ Maxx. Report of a suspicious subject, another yeller. Male running around yelling and chasing nothing, described as a white male in an FBI shirt.
Oh, God. Okay, I want to say something. White people, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time you saw something like that where it was like a black dude?
No, it's always some fucking
No.
messed up white dude.
Like, I've never seen like black dude strangling poultry, dead chickens in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And, shaving his butt with a machete. No, I've never seen that in my life. It's always some white dude with bunny ears is shaving his ass in a parking lot with a machete while trying to strangle a dead chicken.
Yep. Such is life, though.
How are these people raised?
Why do they all live here?
Why do we live here? The coffee's delicious.
Goodbye.
It's a lot of fog.